G'day friends, have you ever been confused about whether you should shoot in RAW or JPEG? You're not alone, it's one of the most common questions I get asked from beginners. But don't worry, because today I'm going to explain it in the most simplest, delicious way possible. We're going to use cake, because who doesn't love cake, right? Okay, imagine you're baking a cake. A RAW file is like this plain cake straight out of the oven. It's just a base, no decorations, no frosting. Nothing. Also, not straight out of the oven because I didn't bake it. It's just a blank canvas and you have total control over what happens next. But on the other hand, if you have a JPEG cake, it looks like this. It's ready to serve, looks good, and it's easy to share. But if you later decide that you want a different frosting or you want to change the flavor, well, it's just too late. You can't go back and separate the ingredients on a JPEG cake. Shooting in RAW means the camera saves all the ingredients separately. This means you can decide exactly how much frosting to add, what flavors to mix, whether you want to make it into a chocolate cake, how many eggs you want to leave in or take out, flour, sugar, and so on. And you can even fix any baking mistakes, like if you added too much sugar or the cake baked a little too long. The bonus is you can adjust this RAW file as much as you want, and as long as you save it as a separate file after you've done adjustments, you can still go back with this RAW file and do more work to it. In photography terms, this means with RAW you can adjust brightness, fix colors, recover shadows, and bring back details that would have been lost in JPEG. This makes RAW the best choice for photographers who want full control when they're doing their editing. RAW files do capture every bit of detail from your camera sensor, which is great, but there is a trade-off. But before we go any further, if you're just starting out in your photography journey and you're just not sure where to begin, I have a free ebook here for you that covers the 10 most common photography mistakes and how to fix them. There is heaps of information in there for you, and it is a great read, and I think it will help you out a lot in the beginning. I'll put a link to it in the description. Now let's get back to the cake. Now a JPEG is like this finished cake, already frosted and decorated. It looks great, ready to go straight from the camera, and you don't have to do too much to it. And because JPEGs are processed and compressed in camera, they're much smaller in size compared to RAW files. So for instance, theoretically, your cake is only this big. Like that. This is not going to end well. This makes that smaller cake perfect for sharing on social media or saving storage space, or when you don't plan to do any editing to your image or very little. But just like you can't unbake that cake, you can't fully edit a JPEG without losing quality. If you try to brighten a dark JPEG too much, it will increase grain and artifacts you don't want in your image, and it will remove important details. That's because JPEG files throw away some of the original information to keep the file size smaller. So theoretically, your cake is only that big. Now it's everywhere. I should have thought that through. Before I explain what I think you should use, I have great news. In the coming weeks, I'll be reviewing your photos on my channel. Whether it's a drone shot or a quick snap from your phone, just send me your favorite photo and I'll break it down with tips and insights to help you improve. So if you want to be featured, it's simple. Just join my email list, send in your photo, and don't forget to include your channel name so I can give you a shout out when I'm doing the video. The link is in the description and I can't wait to see what you guys capture. All right, so which one of these should you use? Let's break it down. If you want quick and easy photos with minimal editing, JPEG is perfect, although messy. It's efficient, saves space, looks great right out of the camera. Well, this one doesn't. I think it fell over. Anyway. But if you want more flexibility to edit your photos and get the best possible quality, RAW is the only way to go. It gives you maximum control and lets you fix mistakes in post-production that you can't fix on a JPEG. Some cameras, like the ones I'm shooting on today, this one and the cake camera, the two cameras, they let you shoot in RAW and JPEG at the same time, so you get the best of both worlds. That way you have a JPEG for quick sharing and a RAW file for serious editing later if that's what you want to do. At the end of the day, it's all about what works for you. But whether you're shooting RAW or JPEG, the most important thing is to enjoy the process. Let me know in the comments, do you shoot RAW or JPEG or both? And if you found this video helpful, you may like this video here, where I talk about the best budget mirrorless cameras for beginners. Now, who wants some cake? That's the perfect cake, but this looks really good, even though it's messy. Still tastes pretty good too, even if it's everywhere. I'm so ashamed of myself right now.